What's up, y'all? My name is King Rax. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how rappers and athletes have ruined the dating game for all men around the world. All right, so this video actually came in as a request from somebody from a video that I dropped on TikTok, so go check it out. It was me talking about the Travis Hunter situation. Before I get into the problem and everything about it, I'm just going to give the solution to what's going on in the dating game right now. All of you guys need to raise your standards. Okay, you need to stop letting women treat you however they want to treat you. And you need to just stop being scared to learn how the game works and apply it. Because if you keep doing it, just like Travis Hunter and just like all these rappers and athletes out there, you're going to get treated like shit by women and they're going to divorce you and leave you. And they're just going to make you look dumb. And that's not what you want to happen. Recently, there's been a lot of talk about Travis Hunter, right? He's the star player of Colorado's college football team, and he won the 2024 Heisman Trophy, which basically means you're the best player in college football, right? So there's been a lot of talk about him, but not because of his play on the field, it's because of his girlfriend. Okay, so his girlfriend, now fiance, has come up in a whole bunch of social media posts that show her either disrespecting him publicly, acting in like this annoying manner when he's having like one of his big moments, or it's showing like her past behavior. Like there was a video of her in a dude's music video. It just shows her to be like an untrustworthy woman, right? And this guy, who is the best player in college football, has not left her and not like broke up with her, but he's come out and defended her. One of the worst moments that actually happened to him, and something that I particularly looked out to and I was like, okay, I know exactly who she is, was when she put out this video that basically she was like, oh, her and Travis used to go to parties together, but he would wait in the car. He would sit outside. He wouldn't go into the party because he couldn't drink because he was a football player. He would sit in the car waiting for her while she was inside drinking. And she said, because I'm Mexican, I used to drink tequila all the time. Like some bullshit, right? So he will wait in the car for her while she was inside at the party. And after he would take her home. I could tell by the way that she said it, she thought of him as less for doing that. She respected him less for doing that. And after watching that video, I was like, okay, I know exactly who she is, right? His girlfriend is just like every other moderately attractive woman in the United States, all right? Or any other Western modern country that there is, whether it's, England, France, Germany, whatever it is. A lot of women are like this to where if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. Okay? And I've been seeing this play out in live time for years with other famous celebrities and athletes. Women all around the world are very impressionable. Okay? So they are trying to do whatever it takes to get the most valuable men's attention. And they look to other women and what other women are doing to kind of take cues from that as like, okay, this is what I need to be doing because they're all competitive. They're all trying to get the most valuable men. And so if they see that the most valuable men are giving their attention away to a woman who's doing something like a hairstyle or a certain type of makeup or a certain type of clothes that she's wearing, they're going to do the same shit because in their head, they're like, okay, I need to be like her. They don't only do that for makeup or clothes, they also do it for attitude. Okay? So women all around the world are going to be looking at this girl, Travis Hunter's girlfriend slash fiance, seeing the fact that she landed a Heisman Trophy winner, the best player in college football, even while having a terrible attitude and not having respect for him. And they're going to be thinking to themselves, why would I be this compliant, submissive, feminine woman that, most guys want me to be if at the top of things, the most valuable men, the men that I really want, are going after women who have terrible attitudes, only want them for their money, and are not feminine, are putting all their information on blast. First part is, right now at the moment, they would be right. Women don't need to be great these days to land valuable men because most valuable, famous, or rich men are complete simps. Think about it like this. Between the ages of like 13 and 35, those are the ages where we as men grow the most. We grow exponentially in our development. We grow height, money, everything. If you want to be the top 1% of man in any area, you have to focus on one thing for a long amount of time. And so usually the people who make it out, right, are the people who have focused on one thing. Travis Hunter, he's focused on football. Drake, he's focused on rapping. A lot of rappers simply just get in the studio and do that all day. They don't focus on anything else, or they're trapping on their off time. Even in business, somebody who's a businessman, you focus only on business for a long amount of time. An Olympic athlete, you're only focused on your sport. And so to be in the top 1% of man, you have to focus on one thing for a long amount of time, and you're not going to be thinking about dating at all. So what happens is that after you get great at your sport or at rapping or at business, you're going to be getting a whole lot of fame. You're going to be getting a whole lot of awards like the Heisman. You're going to get a lot of money. And this makes you a valuable man to women, and so they chase you for the chance to be with you, right? However, because you didn't work on those woman skills between those ages of 13 and 35, because you were only focused on your craft and nothing else, you never developed any game. And that's exactly what's happening with Travis Hunter right now, right? If he knew the game, he would literally know that the moment she disrespected him, I gotta go. I gotta leave. Not just for my own respect because I respect myself, but because that is the right thing to do with a woman anyway. If she doesn't feel like you're gonna leave her, she's gonna keep disrespecting you. And now she's disrespecting them in public. A lot of these guys, their women's skills are very poor, and women prey on that, right? I've seen it with my own eyes, right? I have more stories than I wish I had about rich men from the city I'm from, which is LA, where I would be at these parties and a lot of them just wouldn't even know how to talk to women. They would make it super awkward, or women would come to me and tell me about how weird that they were being, right? And most men who don't have the women's skills, instead of doing the hard thing and learning about women and trying to get better at it, right? They're going to use the one thing that they have, which is their fame and their money, in order to buy women's love. And that's the biggest problem that's going on in the dating game right now. Usually it works. When you buy a woman's love, she's going to be around you because she wants to be around that security. She wants to be around that money. Eventually, though, she's going to divorce you for half your money, right? And so right now in the game, women have it insanely easy. They can act like they're not a hoe, get a valuable man's attention and resources, and then get him to marry her, and then divorce him for half his money. Think about how easy that is. Like, all I got to do is show up and look good for a little bit of time, and then a valuable man's going to take me in and marry me, and then I can divorce him. And that's exactly what's going on with Travis Hunter right now. She is his fiance. He's already proposed to her. So he's already in the middle of this cycle. It's just playing out in front of our eyes. If this never happened in public, if she never put him on blast, you got to understand that we would never hear about this, right? So think about all the other famous people, all the other rich people all around the world where this is going on, where we just don't hear about what's going on behind closed doors because their girl never puts them on blast like this. And so for men like you and me and all men around the world, the game is kind of ruined, right? There's not the days like where a guy can just be himself anymore. You can't just be yourself and get a beautiful 10 out of 10 girl. So right now, all around the world, women who are even sixes or sevens, but they know how to put on makeup, they know how to not look like a hoe even, they can finesse a billionaire easily just by showing up at the party, acting like, oh, I'm not like these other girls. I'm not trying to have sex with you, playing hard to get. And then that billionaire thinks, oh, she's different from all the other ones. I need to do more. I need to show her more money. I need to show her more lifestyle in order to bag her because they haven't gotten game. They don't know that they can just use their personality, their charisma to get her. They're like, oh, I need to show her more of this lifestyle. I need to buy her clothes. I need to buy her shoes. I need to take her on expensive dates. A lot of guys, even if they're making high six figures, will take women on $300, $400 expensive dates for the first date because of this mentality. The point where this actually hit me was years ago, right? So this was 2018. I was 20 years old, right? And I met this girl in LA. Her name was Yas. And she was cute. She was like a 8.5 at the time, right? And I remember talking to her. We were talking for a couple of days, and then Saturday night came. We met up in the city. I forgot where it was, but we went on like a little date. And then we were talking and stuff like that. And then that's when I talked to her. I'm like, oh, yeah, like, what are you getting into tonight? She said that she was going to Drake's house for a party. And I played it off like she asked me what I was going to do. I played it off. I was like, cool. And I was just like, I don't know yet, but we might go out. I didn't know what I was going to do for real. But this was a normal LA girl, and she was going to be going to Drake's party, right? And I didn't ask her to go to the party with her because I already knew that that's an admission of lower value. Like, I got to ask you to get an invite to Drake's party. I'm not going to do that. I had already been to a couple of mansion parties that year, and I knew how it goes. Girls get in for free, guys got to pay. Or unless you know somebody, right? So we went our separate ways that night. I don't think I ever talked to her again. But I took that in. I took that information in and I thought about it to myself. After some time, I'm like, I'm 20 years old, and right now I'm not even old enough to go to the club without a fake. And if I'm going to go to a mansion party, I gotta network, I gotta get to know a lot of people to like go to those parties, or I gotta pay to get in or something like that. I have to show value, right? While this girl gets in for free just because of her looks. And not just any party, like not just any mansion party, to Drake. That is the pinnacle of mansion parties, especially at that time in 2018, right? That is the pinnacle. She gets to go there just from her looks. And she wasn't even like, she's not a 10, she's just an 8. That's not the only woman that I know that that's happened with either. I know another woman who isn't even a 7 who would brag about the fact that she's gotten with Party Next Door. He's a singer, R&B singer, right? And at the time, I'm thinking like, I don't even know why you're bringing this up, like why this is a big deal. I never got with her, by the way, but I don't even know why you're bringing this up. Like this isn't a big deal. But to her, it was something to brag about because to her in her head, she's like, I'm not even that cute. By the way, this wasn't a girl that I was trying to get with. I'm trying to make that clear. She's like, I'm not even that cute in her mind. But Party Next Door not only got with her, but she told me that he was trying to wife her up. She was working a job that was like really, she was making a lot of money, and he was literally trying to tell her to quit her job and come get with him. And she chose the job instead of him, right? Most of these women who you see at the club, who you see on Tinder, who you see on Hinge, whatever it is, they have access to mansion parties, yacht parties, and loads of famous people just by having a phone. Most women you see who are even above a 6, they have a bunch of men who are famous or rich trying to get at them. You hear the saying, a bunch of women go like, oh, I got a bunch of blue checks in my DM. That's not a facade. That's not fake. This is actually happening. So you got to think about it like this. If a woman's going to all these parties, yacht parties, she got all these blue checks in her DM trying to spend $500 on a date. And then you got me at 20 years old, and I'm like trying to go on some cheap little dates for $20 or just do a walk at the beach for free. She's going to think I'm crazy, right? She's not going to go for that. She's going to treat me as less than those other guys. And that's why they have fucked up the game. It's not money that should buy the best women. It's who you are. It's your game. It's game. That's the game. It's having game. That's the whole point. All right. And so, am I saying this to complain that people who have money get access to better women? No, because we are going to up our value. We all are getting better women. The point that I'm making is that these guys are getting played. These guys are getting played, and women are looking up to that and thinking, why would I be on his program when I can just go finesse that guy over there for his bag? And so, in the world now, the only thing that can get a woman to choose an experience with you over someone that she perceives as more valuable is by you having much more game than him, or her believing that that man is out of her reach. So to sum all of this up, if you're not following, this means that unless you become obscenely wealthy or famous and do it fast, most women will not respect you because they will always compare you to the athlete, to the rapper, and most of the time it's not even your fault. Even if you have game, they're going to compare you to that rapper athlete by means of your resources. This is simply because in the back of her head, she will always feel like you are the man she chose to settle with if you're not obscenely wealthy. She's always going to be thinking that if I tried a little harder when I was younger, I could have landed a more famous or rich man. That's how they think. So the reason why the game has been ruined, it's not because of social media like a lot of people try to make it seem like. It's simply because rich and famous men do not make women work for their love. They just give it away for free. Say if Travis Hunter, the moment that his girl disrespected him, he let her go, right? He said, nah, you got to work for this. You can't just come around the Heisman Trophy winner and do bullshit like this. You can't just be given this lifestyle for free. Other women will look at that and be like, oh shit, he just let her go for disrespecting him. And oh shit, he just got a better bitch. Oh shit, that would happen to me too if I go around a valuable man and disrespect them. They would switch their game up because women are very impressionable, right? And so all around the world this is happening. There's men who are billionaires who wife up normal women, and these women mistreat him. He lets her, and all he's doing is giving his power away because he's not realizing that this woman doesn't have to work for his love. I remember, it's a tangent, right? But I just had an ex, right? I had a girlfriend, right? And there was a moment where she said something where she was talking about the way that she dressed, and I told her like, look, if you want to dress, you can dress however you want, but I'm not finna claim you if you dress a certain way. Like you won't be mine, right? And she said something that sat in my head so much. She said, "Oh, you're supposed to love me unconditionally." I'm even laughing right now because when she said that, I paused and I looked at her and I realized like, oh, women are delusional. They literally think that they can do whatever they want and you should love them the same way. Think about it. A woman grows up with that mindset thinking, oh, I should be able to do whatever I want, and a valuable man should just claim me. He should be able to love me the same way. I told her, nah, that's not how it works. And, we're not together today, but that's a microcosm of what's going on all around the world, right? So the solution, as I said before, is that men need to up their standards, all right? You need to start calling out bullshit from women when it happens. You need to start taking your attention away from women who don't deserve it. If Travis Hunter just broke up with his girlfriend, it will send a whole message and it will make the whole dating game better and change everything forever. The worst part about what's going on right now is that it doesn't matter what you watching this video do unless you're so influential that millions and millions and millions of people are going to see it, just like what happened with Travis Hunter. Millions of women all around the world are seeing this woman disrespect her man in public and him take her, and they're going to think to themselves, wow, why would I be submissive if I don't need to? And that's the problem with what's going on. So thank you for watching this video. If you want to read the full breakdown, everything that I'm reading off of right now, make sure to join my newsletter down below. I'm going to be making videos like this where I'm breaking down things that I write. So yeah, join the newsletter if you want to read everything in full and just let it sink in. The whole point of making this video is for you to actually take this information in, understand it, and apply it to your life. So that you're not going around here confused at why your woman is treating you the same way that she's treating Travis Hunter. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you guys on the next one.